glorious morning. We are walking to see an aqueduct. This is the map. I think we are going here.
I got a better photo of map.
Okay, cool. Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
According to Dad.
Oh.
Why does that name an aqueduct?
Because of how high we are and how low the road is. We're walking along this most pleasant path with the highway below. But there are little squirrels popping up everywhere. I doubt I'll be quick enough to catch one on the phone though. And they're grey squirrels, not red squirrels, but they're still cute. So I feel I've been saying this quite a bit in my videos, but what a beautiful little area. This is Chirk. We are 5 minutes from our caravan park walking, and if you feel like you're super remote, but yeah, with 5 minutes walking, we are at the town. I was just thinking the same thing. That tunnel is 420 metres long.
This is aqueduct.
This is the aqueduct.
And that's Cambridge.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to swim in that water.
That'd probably get me down there faster when you're walking. See?
There's a train bridge and the aqueduct. And that's how high up this little river thing is. Not like it. Hey? There's a river over there.
It's flowing quite quickly.
It really is. And Duck is showing us how the aqueduct ducks. Half a kilometre of this, just a little bit freaky. Wow, that was actually a surreal experience. That is so cool.
You can't see anything if you want to go through. This is all going back and yeah, I think we're going back through that.
Wow. And that is the type of boat that uses this tunnel and the aqueduct. How cool is that? You need to be careful.
No, not.
So Chirk is a lovely little place. I'm actually thinking if we do another overseas to England that perhaps we canal boat it along this stretch of canal, because you can hire those little narrow boats and that would be kind of a cool experience. But we'll see. Money doesn't grow on trees.
We like boating. We've had a lot of boating success holidays.
Have we really though?
It's a 50-50 thing now.
Yeah, but you could say the same about campers.
Turn left onto Stretchor Eglus.
Stretchor Eglus.
Oh wow.
What are we? Oh wow. Horse drawn canal boats.
That
Can you eat your baby food by yourself? No.
We have found where we are going. The problem is we have not found parking. Look, partly because we're in a camper van, but there was no car parking up there either. Top tip, always allow seriously an hour more than what you need to get anywhere. Once again, parking has been challenging. We've got there. Brendan and Lachlan are already on their way. Patrick and I are now doing a mad dash to get there on time. Yeah, that's the motorised one. This is the horsey.
That's the horse.
So this is the horse that's going to pull the boat. And that's the boat.
I'm building a boat on a boat.
Look how close the swing bar is to his bar.
Yeah, there's nothing to hold it away from its bum.
Yes, the boat will.
Off we go. This would do this job.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Naughty dog. Yeah, my mom could easily walk across this.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as deep as
I'd lead the older one. So you got me.
Sorry, you're getting a picture.
Oh no, you're right. I'm just filming.
You say hello to the boys then.
I'm taking Sonic home.
Very little. Alright, we are, I think you need to go left here. It's a one way. We are going to drive back over that river up that funny little hill that nearly killed our gearbox last time. We've had lunch in the camper and we are back on the way to, we're not sure where.
Can we do on the road again?
So here we are pulling into the motor museum. It's scary. We are going on another adventure to a motor museum, apparently.
How did the motor
So this
go?
is the little canal that we went in the horse-drawn boat, but we didn't. Yeah, but we didn't come up this far. But there's still, so there it is down there. I see the sign. Llangollen Motor Museum.
Hey, Dad, walk on to the top of the building.
Oh, down there. It's got a BMW with a tarp over it.
Building.
Motor museum. Look at the motor museum. I got cash held depending how much it is. Adults £5. Yep, I've got that in my pocket.
Doesn't look very much.
What is that?
Much prefer the one in Strath.
You haven't seen this one yet. That's a lot of bikes.
More than there is in Strath.
Yeah. Look at the train over there, Patrick, and Llangollen.
There's a horse there, maybe it is a chippo wagon.
I'm getting one of those shipped over to my big workshop,
Right.
but it doesn't have the windows or the roof at the back.
Yeah.
That's basically a
Look at all the old foot pumps on the wall. There you go, dear. Horse thing counteracted by a motor museum. We need to go find another horse thing now.
Ah,
Do you need to pee a lot if you lift here?
maybe. Yeah.
Alright, we have left what is possibly the weirdest motor museum in history.
Oh, shit.
Brendan's about to crash the camper. We were looking at the timetable. There's a steam railway here, and we were thinking we were going to go on it tomorrow, but it's only running rail cars tomorrow, so we are not going to. So we're going to head back to Chester now, and then work out a plan from there.
At the next lights at the roundabout, take the fourth exit.
Coming into Chester.
Testers.
Oh,
Alright.
hey, there's the walls. Start of the walls.
Oh yeah. This is the
I don't know that this will last overly long, but let's give it a whirl. We are approaching Chester on foot. Patrick's nowhere near you.
Through the wall. Yeah, we have to go through the wall.
That looks like Bridgegate to me.
This looks like Lower Bridge Street.
Built in 1622. Was what?
Was the Lord Mayor's home.
Was the Lord Mayor's home.
Are we actually wonky?
The rose.
We walked upstairs to a second story footpath and walked past a Lego store. Yeah, what was going on? Just having me on going on the playground.
There is pubs.
Dad, I have what's in a very big.
That's a bank I might actually like. That's the entrance there. An alcoholic spacer because we walked a long way, and water chest is kind of cool, but we needed a drink, and I have dark fruit cider, which is a little bit different but kind of cool.
We got kicked out. Nope, we actually were just getting directions to a place.
Mum, in second, he's always sitting down doing.
Patrick and I have ditched Brendan. He's going on a boat cruise, and Lachlan's gone there as well. So Patrick and I are now heading down to find the mini train. Wow, we found it. However, I feel that they are not running today. That's somewhat disappointing. These little creatures are the cutest.
So Patrick and Shay went off to find a train, steam train, model steam train I think it was. Where is it? What are we doing, Lucky?
Boating.
Boating. Boating's much better than steam trains.
I just come on this to get out of Patrick's way.
You just did this to get out of Patrick's way? Okay.
So he didn't get in there.
And the upside of boating is there's a beer involved.
Yep, this is so random.
During your cruise today, you may see mallard ducks, waterfowl such as moorhens and coots, herons, cormorants and swans. In the UK, all swans belong to the rainy monarch. The most common type to be found on the river is the mute swan, the largest native British bird, with a wingspan of more than showing their return to the sea after spawning, that some mistakenly left into many of the rowing boats at the quayside. Of course, being good upstanding citizens, the crew return them to the river, thus allowing them to continue their journey. In more recent times, the National Environment Agency, 14, more than 10,000 people lined the river banks for a regatta in celebration of the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte. The following year, he escaped from captivity and regathered his scattered
So they further would probably be like.
British rivers do not have stretches quite like this, and consequently many international rowing teams, including the junior members of the British national squad, regularly visit here for practice. A little further beyond this straight section, the river that the owners cannot live in them, and insurance is difficult because of the likelihood of flooding. Now turning to the left-hand side and far away in the distance are the four turrets atop our majestic cathedral. Originally this was the site of a 7th century Saxon minster, but following the arrival of William the Conqueror in the 11th century, the first Norman Earl of Chester, Hugh d'Avranches, authorized the building of an abbey here in 1092. In business concerns. This suburb was also very significant 2,000 years ago. The Romans of the day discovered natural water springs in the vicinity and pumped their supplies into the city by means of lead pipes and an aqueduct. Our modern city today takes some of its water supply from this same area. Shortly coming into view on the right-hand side and standing out very prominently is the lovely church of St. Paul. Although initially built in 1830, it was comprehensively restored in 1876, moved to Chester in 1882 as a county court judge, and had this beautiful mansion built overlooking the river, where he lived until his death in 1896. I would like to thank you all for sailing with us today.
Lachlan going, why do you have ice cream?
What bit was the bowling bit? What? On the playground, what bit was the bowling bit?
Bye, Chester.
Bye-bye, Chester. Bye-bye. Come back to see you one day.
Chester is vast. So we are driving along, we are somewhere between Chester and Hoy Lake. There is plenty of, let's just say, oh, there's a foal out there, farm smells around here. Actually, I'm guessing lots of pigsties, but we'll call them farm smells. Not sure where we're staying tonight, but it looks like there's a few options. So we'll see what we find. When you just drive that little bit too far, and it appears that we are now driving onto a public byway. But that's really weird. Look at all the boats that haven't seen water in years. What the hell is all that about?
There's a trimaran.
So this is our spot for tonight. It's just a car park on Banks Road in Lower Heathwell. Later on I'll take you down for a walk. It's like a boat graveyard. It's really strange and it's free.
We picked up some swords for one of Mum's friends, but couldn't help to have a play with them.
Just be careful.
I got Jabby, spiky. No, Jabby.
Patrick, can you bring out that bottle of red?
Yeah.
That one that's open. We are going for a walk. A lovely little campsite, which is free. That says private road.
Residents saying no public right away.
But lots of people are parking in this park and coming down here. So I'm guessing it's a lovely place to go for a walk. So we are going for a walk. So this is the weirdest little area. It's like a boat graveyard. Oh wow. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. There it is. Yeah, you'll have to wait.
We met some people that we talked to that owned lots of the boats, and they said most of them were just abandoned. It looks it. But then we went in and looked in their boatyard that they restore boats. They said that it was a 10-metre tide, and in some storms they get it coming right up to their gate.
There's a lot of dreams and ambitions in this yard. It's all I could say.
We have a lovely campsite picked out for tonight that's free. Problem is the smells coming out of Llangollen indicate that pooping is
Turn right onto Broad Lane,
going
then
to
take
be
the first left onto Delavour Road.
pooping is going to be necessary very soon, and he is refusing to poop in the dookie tank. So we are going to the public conveniences, which are 1.5 k's away, and we're too lazy to walk. So we are driving to the public conveniences, and then we will return to our camping spot.
Turn left onto Delavour Road.
Off they go to find a toilet.